We usually send resources out to other places of the country. We can put out 6 hand crews and send engines out, single resources, things like that. Nobody has left in fire has left the Colville this year. Just with the conditions we have and starting the early fire season, and then it just continued and continued and continued. There hasn't been an opportunity to get out. Said everybody's coming here this year, and we're not going anywhere else. Big fire starts small, gets the right slope, the right wind, the right conditions, and they get big like that. Oh, it's just extremely dry. We're seeing fire behavior that we don't see on the Colville. And we didn't get our normal June rains. We had 8 inches of rain last June. We had maybe a 1/10 this year. We talked about it, the potential, when we came on in the spring with the low snowpack, and with also the beetle kill that is starting to really take hold on the forest. We've known that there's certain places on the forest that had the potential for big fire for the last few years with the bug kill, and then with the low snowpack, low rainfall, I think things just lined up for this to be the year that we burned here. A lot more successes going direct on lots of little fires that don't go out in the news, and we stopped them at 4 or 5 acres. Nobody ever hears about them because we keep them small. We've had a lot of successes with those this year. Just as some of them, they just get big too fast. The Renner and the stick pin and graves and all that would have gone into one big fire on the South Boulder Creek drainage. So yeah, with no response at all. Yeah, it'd be in Canada, still moving and shaking.
It's not amazing. Not a structure that was a residential home was lost on any of these fires in the complex, the Kettle complex. That seems miraculous.
We lost an old rickety barn the night that Renner made a big push to the south, and we were on that for about 26 hours that night. There was a spot fire that was out ahead of the main fire. We saw it, we jumped on it, we had some equipment there and some engines, put in some dozer line, burned out behind it, and we got to the house that had lost the barn just in the nick of time, and the guy kept us home.
So that's the part that's a miracle, isn't it?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I know the public I've talked to is extremely grateful.
We were very concerned about Deadman drainage. There's a lot of houses up there, and up on Martin Creek and this area as well. So we've got a lot of black contingency lines for the next couple of years with all this burning.
And that'll help?
Oh yeah. Yeah, hopefully we don't have another big fire in these areas for a number of years. It's a great job. It's hard work, and I mean, if you love working out in the woods, it's a great job. When we're not out here on fires, we're out doing fuel treatment projects, thinning, planning out prescribed fire. There's a whole slew of different things you get to do. You get to go down to help out with hurricanes. We have people that went down when the space shuttle crashed and helped looking for pieces of that. I mean, you get to put somebody told me one time he loved the job because he puts his head down on his pillow, wakes up in the morning, and he doesn't know where he's going to put it down the next night. So it's a great job. And you get to work with some great people. And
How many years?
And for the most part, the public is supportive. You still get somebody who thinks we can't do anything right, but things like this happen and you get the support from the community, it makes it really cool. And this is my 11th or 12th season.
What's that like to see the progression, to be able to train somebody up and have responsibility for them?
That's awesome. I had great leadership coming up. You try and provide that to the kids coming up under you. A lot of them start with us on the district level. We set them up to bigger and better things like rappelling and jumping and hot shotting. Some stick around and stick with this. They got families and whatnot. And a lot of them come and do it for 3 or 4 years and then go off to whatever they graduated in college where they had their summer job. It's really cool to see the progression of confidence building and the knowledge base. And there he is right now doing the exact same thing to a younger firefighter with less experience on a drift torch.
What about some of those folks who say, that's too hard of environment for girls, women to work in?
I've been worked into the dirt by plenty of females. Doesn't matter, it's all about attitude. You see some guys who come out are just big gym rats and just ripped, and they can't. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon out here 2 weeks at a time. You know, and then you get a day off or 2, and you come back and do it again. It's a marathon, so you got to pace yourself a little bit. Sometimes a marathon lasts 4 months. Getting one of my guys hurt is number 1. For me, it's a tree. You're right. You hit it on the head there. Hey, it's not just a burning tree. It's a dead tree that you don't see. Could just fall out of nowhere. I've lost count how many times I've come close to getting schmucked. And it's not necessarily a burnout snag or anything like that, it's just walking in the woods. The guy up what?
Copy that, from that direction. Booker 930. The only thing we don't want to do is have it loop around this and then